This is Fred Beck from Fred Beck Fighting, proudly sponsored by Empire Fight Stores. Today I'm very lucky to be joined by once again Christian HC. Christian, it's been a while since we've done one of these interviews.
It has,
The last
yes.
one was December, I think. So yeah, it's quite a long
Yeah,
time ago. How have you been?
something like that. I'm good, thank you, man. How are you?
Yeah, busy, very busy.
I can see, yeah. Last time we did this, I had like the Christmas tree in the corner that I removed in February, but yeah, we're back.
Is that bad luck if you take it down in February?
I mean, supposedly, but I can't be asked with that. I just like procrastinated on it for so long, I just left it. But yeah, until it was so wilted that I took it down. But it feels like it's been so long since then. It's only been about 6 months, but it feels like an age.
It does feel quite a long time ago. Yeah, only 6 months. That's why I remembered. It was December. I
Yeah.
got the Christmas tree in the background, but you haven't uploaded in a couple of weeks in the channel. What's been going on?
Yes. Basically, in short, I'm just doing a little bit of restructuring, and I'm going to be doing some slightly different content on my main channel, and I'm moving all my boxing content to another channel. And basically, it's just like planning things and trying to get things organized, and moving over to the other channel, the boxing content. And yeah, basically, I've just been restructuring everything. I will be back to uploading soon, but yeah, it's been like I guess a reanalyzing, re-strategizing period, I guess.
Yeah, I remember seeing your Instagram stories. I know you did a lot of those Instagram lives and you got your kind of new channel set up with all the interviews. Is that a
Mhm.
pain uploading all your interviews from your channel now to the other channel?
Yeah. Well, I was doing a lot today. It's not too bad because I just look at the ones I've done and then I just take the files and put them up. But yeah, it's just about making it all consistent and getting the ones like at the right time, getting them in chronological order. It's not too much of a pain, but yeah, I've just been doing a lot of setting up new channels and passwords and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty much been that, and also just thinking how I can make better content, like better thumbnails, better content ideas, etc. So it's more been about that, just like thinking time and trying to, I guess, trying to make better videos in the long run. It's just been nice to have about 2.5, 3 weeks to have that.
But what I noticed about your channel is your views are quite consistent. You get a kind of rough number each time,
Mm,
whereas because I'm an interview channel, so the views depend
yeah,
on the person interviewing and even like the right time you're interviewing them. Like you can interview someone quite well known, if it's the wrong
yeah.
time, they might not do as good views. But with your views in your channel being quite consistent, how good is that for you?
Yeah, it feels good because I mean it's definitely more consistent with some people than others. So it's not like bulletproof consistency, but definitely if I'm talking about some main people on my channel, such as like KSI, Deji, Jake Paul, even, but I would say mainly KSI and Deji, though I can guarantee that those will be one of the better videos of the last 10 for people that don't know, in YouTube analytics you get like every time you upload a video you get a score out of 10, and the higher the number the better, closer to 1 is better. So I can guarantee if it's KSR or Digi or someone like that, it'll be like 3 or number 3 or number 2 or something like that. So yeah, with those sorts of things it's consistent, but if I talk about someone a little bit more obscure it's going to be less. But yeah, it's nice to know there are people that are coming back to the channel and loyal subscribers, etc.
Yeah, it's nice to know you got some backing there. But
Mm,
what I also know about your channel is the editing. You've kind of ramped it up quite a lot. You've got, even though
yeah.
your video is kind of 3 to 4 minutes. How long do they take to edit?
So I did for a while the like 8, 9 minute videos, and the trouble is with those is you have to put a lot of editing into them, and this is one of the reasons why I started filming outside for the last couple of videos, because editing, well, making a commentary video indoors, you have to compensate for the lack of videography and the lack of filming with the editing. So it takes a lot less to record because you can just switch on a camera and switch on your computer and just, yeah, follow the bullet points, whatever if you've written out a script, read the script, etc. But if you haven't, etc. But it's easy. But the trouble is you have to compensate for it later with editing, which I just didn't really enjoy as much. And I like filming outside because it's more fun. Like I bought one of these. It's over there, but I bought one of the Gorilla Pods, like the Casey Neistat kind of bendable tripods, which are fun to use. You like put the camera in trees and stuff, and yeah. But with the 3 to 4 minute videos, I used to do those and they used to do a lot better. I can churn them out much faster. So the plan was originally to upload every day, doing like a 3 to 4 minute video or every 2 days or something like that. And I like the shorter content style because I can fit it all into that 3 to 4 minute block, and it's not too much of a problem.
I remember last time we spoke as well. Obviously, the editing, edit all types of videos. And the last time we spoke as well, I did tell you to get on TikTok, and I think you
Yes,
did. You did take their advice, and now
I did.
you've got two hundred
I
fifty
did.
thousand likes on TikTok, and then
Yeah.
you're getting it to 7,000 followers rather fast.
Yeah, well, I started it wasn't a New Year's resolution, but I did start at the beginning of the year. And for about 2 months straight, I was very consistent with it. And I got about 5,000 followers in about 2 months or something like that. It's been a little bit slow since then, but I haven't been as consistent. I'm trying to get back to that consistency. The trouble is with sometimes you in the run up to fights and the run up to the influencer events, there's a lot to talk about usually, but right now we're in a very much a dry period, and with YouTube boxing, I called it like the off season. The off season is like the 2 months before an event, just after an event has finished. You round up bits of it, but there's a massive off season in between events, and I would say we're in one right now, but we might be coming into a hype season. But basically, I don't know if you've heard of the 80-20 rule, and I think this does apply to YouTube boxing views, I guess. Like even if you make consistent content in the 2 months leading up to a boxing event, you'll get more views in the 2 weeks before than you will those 2 months. It's just the way it works because there's more, I guess, searchability hype around it. Like I like making the consistent content, but also, on TikTok, it's very much like short span, like the better content you can make, like the faster it is, the more hype it is, etc. And when the event gets closer, you get way more views. And I want to get back to making consistent TikToks again because I do like it. I miss it a little bit.
TikTok's a kind of wild app in a way, isn't it? Because you can get 200,000 views on TikTok, which
It's
isn't
crazy.
too difficult to get on TikTok sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's quite difficult to get, but it happens it's more likely to get 200,000 views on TikTok than you are on YouTube. Or
Easily.
But
TikTok. The thing about TikTok is like monetarily it's a joke. Like I think KSI said the other day, he's had something like 100 million views or something, and he's made a total of about $3,000. And if you did that on YouTube, had 100 million views, you'd probably be looking at like 100 grand or something like that, maybe even more if you're Mr. Beast or someone like that. But the good thing about TikTok is even if you're a new account and you post something even vaguely interesting, it will get at least a couple thousand views, and if you're lucky, it might get 50,000 or 100,000 or something. One thing that did really well for me, actually, now I've just remembered it, the Alex Wassabi thing back in March, that did really well because Alex spoke about it on a podcast, and I edited that clip together and I posted it on my own channel, on my own TikTok, because it was kind of relevant. So and that's I believe it is my best performing TikTok, and that did really well for me. So Alex is a legend for that.
I'm just trying to find it now. But blimey, 1.2 million.
Yes, yeah. It did really well, and I was watching it like after because it got to about the 1 million mark pretty quickly, and I was just watching like go up, and I thought TikTok is so crazy. Like the highest viewed video I have on YouTube, ironically, is my interview with Alex as well. But before that, it was one with about 50,000 views, and it was a commentary video on Side Plus, which is the Sidemen's like membership service. And it's just mad TikTok. Like I was at it for a couple months, and it's like 1 million views, which I have not even come close to gracing on YouTube. It's very good for that.
You should pin that TikTok though, because I just scrolled down to find it. You can pin
Yeah. I don't know how new that is. Then this is the thing. I don't actually use TikTok as an app. I've told you this before. I just haven't. I don't use TikTok as an app. I ironically use Instagram Reels, but not a lot. That's just because I'm on Instagram, responding to DMs, etc., or sending them, etc. But I don't use TikTok as an app. I used to. I think that might be the reason why I'm not super up to date with everything, and sometimes that's why I forget to post on it because I don't actually use it. Like I have it on my phone, but I used it once before for a couple months, and I just got so hooked on it. I was like, oh Jesus, I can't use this anymore. So I just deleted it and just went off it for like several months, and I haven't touched it since. And I'm not doing the scrolling thing because otherwise I'd just be way less productive.
I guess that's one. I guess that is one way to put it. Yeah, TikTok's quite a good app to get the exposure. Obviously, it takes a lot kind of to transfer those followers from one app to another.
Yes,
very good for the exposure. But KSI is fighting in August 27th, I believe. That's right.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Who do you think he's fighting?
Yeah, so KSI, he's created his new promotion. He actually created it last summer. called Misfits Boxing, but he didn't give it a name until like a month ago. And unfortunately, it's been a little bit dry because they've announced it and they've did a first promo video saying like, KSI, I'm back, but they really haven't done much with it since. And I've seen like a couple news pages pop up about it, but it's been pretty dry at the minute because all it is, whoever the hell's the admin who's running the account, is just making these Instagram stories of questionnaires like who do you want KSI to fight, etc. So for the moment, it's been a little bit boring, but I know for a fact it'll get way more exciting the closer the event gets, and especially when KSI announces who he's fighting, which I hope is Alex, and I think it might be. It will get way more exciting leading up to it, and it's going to be an epic night and an epic week before that.
So I know you're good mates with Alex, Christian. So if it is Alex, if it does turn out to be Alex, then you got to send Alex a message immediately and get him on, because that you'll do quite well.
I will do. I've been waiting because I had Alex on my lives. I've had him on a couple of times, but I had Alex on my live stream maybe about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and he said we'll do it again. But I'm waiting for him hopefully to be announced as the opponent. Yeah, I spoke to him a little bit and he hasn't said that he is it, but he's hoping it will be him. And I do hope it will be him as well, because I just can't see any other options, because it's like, well, he's not going to fight Jake Paul. He's unlikely to fight Austin McBroom. And then if he fought some random TikToker, with the exception of Bryce Hall, but I don't think that's going to happen. So like if he fought some random TikToker or YouTuber, there'll be way less hype. So I really think Alex is the only option that's viable, even though there is that weight disparity, but he seems to be cutting weight. So hopefully it happens. And yeah.
Well, it's got to be announced soon, I think, because what is it, August 27th? You want to get
August 27th.
Yeah, you want to get a good 8 weeks before the fight. Going to hype up the press conference. Hopefully they'll do a press conference immediately, and then they'll do a press conference. Do you think they'll do that press conference immediately and then a press conference fight week?
I hope so. That's what they did for the Jake and Logan thing. They did like I did 4 press conferences for the Jake and Logan the second time round. And I hope they'll do that again, because one of the things, like the Showstar thing, which I guess is the most recent event, they did a press conference the week of, which was good, but and I guess this is the problem with having like a load of Americans fighting, because if it was all UK, they could have just done one earlier. But hopefully they will have 2 press conferences, because I think they're very entertaining. What I hope is to see like KSI actually get back into that menacing character from like 2019 or 2018, who's very provocative. And I think I hope we're going to see like a fun press conference and some fun media events and stuff like that.
How long do you think all this kind of, I don't like the word influencer, but all this TikToker, YouTube, Instagram kind of stars, how long do you think that boxing will last for?
It's a great question. I don't truly know, to be honest, because there are a lot of people that say,
Christian, do you think there's longevity in it? That's probably the better question.
Yeah. I think I want to say yes, and I think there will be some longevity in it, but I think the problem is at the moment it's way too centric around a few characters, and KSI really, I think, holds it. Logan Paul is another one, but Jake has gone out of that now, and he's kind of in mainstream boxing, so to speak. So whilst he does retain some of that carrying YouTube boxing, he's kind of left that field. And to be honest, whilst the Showstar event was very successful, but I think a lot of that was down to Deji being involved and Kenny being involved and Alex being involved, which are some big names. The problem is I just can't see like all the smaller TikTokers and the smaller YouTubers coming into it and bringing the same audience, which is why I would say it might not have as long a future as other people predict.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've asked that question to quite a few people who kind of work in that kind of type of industry, and they always say, oh, it could last a while, it couldn't last a while, but no one knows the proper answer. But
yeah,
if they got an event in August, you guessing there'll be one in December?
Yes, I do believe there will be one in December. I think there might be even more, to be honest. I think it seems their intentions are very clear. They want to make it into a business, which is a good thing, because that would mean there are more consistent events. Because one of the problems with YouTube boxing at the moment, as it's so new and other companies are coming into it, like Showstar and like Kingpin, for example, and maybe even Happy Punch finally putting an event on sometime. Hopefully it will become more consistent and it'll become more frequent, because the problem is at the minute we have one event and then it's like 3 months until the next one, with the exception of this summer, because we have one in July, which is the Kingpin one, and then August, which is the KSI one. So hopefully if they try to make it a business, it will become more consistent, because they actually have to make it self-sufficient and not like flood a load of money into it for every time they want to put on an event. So I hope that will happen, and I think it probably will happen again in December.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they can get consistent, but they have got they got those TikTok cards coming up. There's a press conference on Wednesday, isn't there?
Yes.
Can you be going to that?
I hope so. I haven't checked yet. I might have it. No, I can actually go to that. I've just thought, because I'm in the middle of my GCSEs at the minute. Some events I can go to, some of them I can't. But I've just thought, yes, I can go to that because it's in between two. But yeah, I just thought, yes, I will be going to that.
Do you think that event will be bigger than the Showstar event?
Tough to say. It depends. I don't know whether they're going to announce another main card, because they have 2 co-main events. I don't know if that means they're going to announce another one, because Showstar had a co-main event and a main event. So I do think they need a big hitting fight, because the trouble is, whilst what they have is good at the minute, I don't think there's a big hitter like Showstar had Deji, which in my eyes brought in about 85% of the viewership. I think they enjoyed the event, but the advertising that Deji brought made the event work, I think. And I think Kingpin kind of lacks a Deji at the minute. And I think Deji might fight in it, but they lack a big superstar, which I think they would need to make it a successful event. But I think I have high hopes for them, and there's still some time left from the event for them to announce a big fight. But yeah, maybe Deji, maybe not. But I think they do need like a superstar fight.
Because they are all TikTokers, do you think they'll do a lot better views on TikTok than they will on YouTube? How good are views going to be on
definitely.
YouTube there?
I think the views on YouTube will be definitely nowhere near as good as Showstar was. And the only reason I say that is because TikTok and YouTube are very separate things. Like, there aren't many TikTokers, in the same way, like there aren't many TikTokers that have transitioned successfully from TikTok to YouTube who didn't already do something on YouTube before. I think it will do very well on TikTok because they're TikTokers and they have millions of followers, etc. Tremendously on TikTok. I think it will struggle on YouTube because it's just the audience isn't there, and unless they have a consistent channel that they regularly get big views on, and not just like a channel that they've just like flooded in from their TikTok audience, I think it will definitely do way better on TikTok than it will on YouTube.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Are you going to go on Wednesday's presser?
Yeah. I just gotta approve everything with my parents, but yes, I will be going.
Awesome. Hopefully I'll be going. So hopefully I'll see you then. But Christian, thanks for your time. I'll make sure it's probably out. It's Sunday night right now, so I'll put it out Monday
Awesome.
afternoon. I'll put all your links in the description for YouTube, Instagram,
awesome.
TikTok.
Thank you very much, Fred. Keep doing your thing. You're doing amazingly well at the minute. I don't know how you do it. You do it almost every day, which is crazy, because I can nowhere near match that. But yeah, it's insane what you're doing at the minute.